It's one of the highest win rate decks in Standard, but can we make a version that can win on a budget? Boros Tokens. Let's go. Boros Tokens, Boros Go Wide, Boros Convoke, whatever you want to call it. It's a very strong deck, and tearing up Standard right now as I record this. I'm going to go on vacation, so I'm going to be posting some videos a little bit on a delay, but I think I'll try to make them available if people are members to watch early. But anyways, Boros budget. People want to see Boros on a budget. You've come to the right place. This is Manadad's channel. Welcome to the attic. I'm Manadad. This is the place where we play what's good in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena, I love to do budget decks and still try to win with them. So that's been really tricky, and I've actually spent a long time kind of tuning this to try and find what's the way to win with this. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to Gleeful Demolition to make 3 Goblin tokens, first of all. That's one of the main things we want to do. The other thing is, once we've gotten a bunch of small creatures out, we're going to try to convoke Knight-Errant of Eos. And I do have this as a 4 of. I tried it with less. This is the main card in the deck. If you're going to craft some rares for this deck, this is the main card you're going to do. There's some alternatives for the other cards. But if this is a 10 rare deck right here, I don't think there's any mythics. I think it's just rares. So 4 of those, the majority, well, not the majority, but 40% of the rares we're spending on Knight-Errant of Eos. We've also got 2 Regal Bunnycorns, which of course get very big and very dangerous when they get when you get a lot of permanents on the battlefield, which is what we're going to be doing. And the big finishers are Immodane's Recruiter, which you don't even have to cast the Sorcery Adventure side, probably mostly ever. Very rarely will you be making the 2 Knight tokens, although it's nice to have that as an ability. But hopefully we're not going to get up to 5 lands. We're going to be able to beat people before we or they even get there. And this is a 2/2. It's going to come down, give +1/+0 and haste to everything. And so, of course, if you've got a bunch of small stuff. So and there's the Warden of the whatever sky from Lost Caverns of Ixalan is the normal 1-drop that people run. But instead, I'm going with Ginger Brute and Goldhound. Those are easy ways to give you more Gleeful Demolition targets. Of course, you'd much rather gleefully demolish, that's the word, the blood token that comes with Voldaren Epicure. But if you have to, you can turn 1 creature into 3, preferably after you've attacked with it. Yoshin Frontliner is normally in the deck, so that's pretty good. And then Resolute Reinforcements, we got 4 of those. That's pretty normal. Charming Scoundrel, now normally you would have a bunch of these, 2 to 4 of these. Instead, I just did 1 as kind of symbol, like, okay, if you have more Charming Scoundrels, put them in. But to keep it 10 rares or less, we're going to show 1 Charming Scoundrel. And then we got Burning Sun's Fury. Nobody's really playing this, but it's a Convoke card. So, and it's going to buff 2 creatures. So this will give us 1 big hit. And it's just kind of a way to push a little bit more damage. You know, once we get 1 or 2 creatures through, right? We attack with all our small creatures. They block a couple of them. We get a couple through. That's 6 damage. That can be enough to close out a game. The other one that I had to trim down on, sadly, is Sanguine Evangelist. I think people run 3 to 4 of these usually. So instead, we're running 2 Gnawing Crescendos and 2 Sanguine Evangelists. But Sanguine Evangelist is a 2/1, comes down, makes a bat when it dies, and it has Battle Cry, so when it attacks, it's going to do the Immodane's Recruiter thing and give +1/+0 to everything. Now, we can get a lot of the same effect with Gnawing Crescendo. The cool thing about Gnawing Crescendo, which is a common from Wilds of Eldraine, is that it gives +2/+0, and then when the creatures die, we get 1/1 rats back. So we can do a big attack that's not going to finish the game, but we can Gnawing Crescendo, get the opponent's life total really low, get a bunch of 1/1 rats with the creatures that they kill, and that can be enough to just get those last points of damage on the next attack. And that is pretty much the deck. Only, of course, if you have more of the red-white dual lands, put them in. I'm running 22 lands, which is I think if you had more duels, you could probably get away with running down to 20 because it's a very low to the ground deck, maybe 21. But we do have 2 Battlefield Forges. I tested it out. I really wanted to spend these rares on like Sanguine Evangelist or more Bunnycorns or things, but you do need to be able to hit the reds and the whites. And so Battlefield Forge, and then I wouldn't do too many of the, I would do like only up to 2 of the slow lands, the one that comes in, and if you have 2 or more lands, then it's untapped. But Battlefield Forge for sure, and then if you're really, and then the Thran Portal, at least a couple of those if you have them. Sideboard, this is not a sideboard deck. You can look up sideboards. Maybe I'll link some other deck lists in the description, the non-budget version of the deck list. But I always link the deck list in the description, and always stick around to the very end of the video. You're going to see the real win rate of the deck, not just the games I showed you. Of course, I'm going to only show you maybe just a few games, not my usual 5, because I got to try to record as many videos as I can before I go on vacation here. And before we get to the matches, but hit the chapter break if you want to jump ahead, I just want to check in with subscribers. 754 subscribers. That's so awesome, guys. Thank you. We've been huge surge in subscribers lately with all the Timeless content. I think people are enjoying Timeless, but if you're enjoying Standard, hit that subscribe, because I will keep making Standard videos and budget videos. So, you know, people want to rank up on Arena without spending a lot of wildcards or spending a lot of money, and that includes me. So that's why I do this. So 754, still a few slots left in the Elite First 1,000. Once I get to 1,000 subs, I'm hoping never to have to mention subscribing again. So that's another good incentive to subscribe. All right, enough of my jabbering. Let's go and see the gameplay and see this Boros deck in action. Go wide, Boros, up against Fat E Moon. All right, Fatty Moon, see what you got. Oh, we do not have our colors, so we're gonna mulligan. Okay. Keep 6. Let's, I think we lose the 9 crescendo, because if these 2 can survive, we can Knight-Errant of Eos on turn 3. Big if. We get greedy and hasted at 1 damage. Why not? Ideally draw a 1-drop that we can pair with the Ocean Frontliner. Opponent red. What are they doing with the red? Red Dead Redemption. Kumano. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, so get in. And then the question is which one I blow up here. I think I blow up the Frontliner because I can bring it back from the graveyard. I guess my other option was to blow up the Gingerbrute, cast the Knight-Errant. Did I have enough to do that? No, not quite. Swift Spear. So swift, so speary. And Monstrous Rage, most likely. Ooh, this does need white to unearth, so we can't do that and the Knight-Errant in the same turn. Unless we have Resolute Reinforcements, okay. They don't attack. Interesting. Let's tap these guys. I guess they can block the Gingerbrute. So, sure. Not the Gingerbrute. What does the Knight-Errant find? Immodane's a recruiter for sure, and probably just another. Well, We're a couple mana away from the reinforcements. Do we want to recruit her next turn for sure, or do we want to build up the army for 1 more turn? That's the question. I think we might have another turn to build up the army. Let's take that. Oh, and opponent scoops it up. That's the one way to beat mono red, is just take a little bit of time making a decision. Gotta keep going until the deck can do its thing. Boros, go wide. Wider, wider, wider. Who are we up against? Ultra Shock! Ultra Shock is going to be ultra shocked. How good our deck is. Okay. Interesting hand, but I'm going to keep it. We got the Gold Hound to get white in a pinch. Not exactly the way I want to convoke, but... Next turn, Gold Hound gleefully demolish the Ginger Brute. Okay, they're playing a slow deck, which is great for us. Thank you for your service, Ginger Brute. Are they going to kill the Gold Hound? Oh. That's sad. Alright, well. Hit you for a bunch. Pick 9. The Seed Core. For like... Flesh Gorger is kind of tricky. Without white mana. Go super wide here. No attacks. I don't want to give them a chance to gain a bunch of life. Although at the cost of a 2/2, we could have hit him for 3. No. So trade a 2/2 for 1 damage. Not ready to make that trade yet. Kill Spike, that's annoying. Gained a bunch more life. Oh, Ultra Shock came equipped for aggro for sure. Grab Gorgeous George. Don't attack though. Okay. Guess I lose the Knight-Errant. It's not doing me any good at the moment. I guess I'll be sad if this goes and finds a plane. We'll find. Big sad. Pass the turn. Guess that was a punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
Opponent. Hello. Opponent has a hard time attacking knowing that we could just like send in a huge team. Problem with these obliterators. We do want to make our last attack a lethal attack because whenever a source deals damage to a Phyrexian obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So, no blocks. Another Epicure. The Epicure hat trick here. What do we find off the top? Burning Sun's Fury. Still don't think we... Oh. I think we wait. The opponent plays the Obliterator hat trick here. They're going to kill. They're going to bushwhack the Voldaren Epicure. Okay. Guess who can afford to lose a permanent? Oh, this guy. Too afraid to attack with anything more than one obliterator. Alright, they're at pseudo 15. Oh, geez, I got more blockers. Just getting lands, that's not cool. Grab Gorgeous George. This thing is going to flip soon. They're not actually doing that. Okay. So they're forcing a block. They're forcing 2 blocks. Gotta go to 9 and lose some creatures. What do we lose? The plains? What are we gonna rip off the top? We got a shielded. Oh, okay, well we just die. That was no fun. Lethal Demolition wouldn't have done it anyway.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
P.S. Then two cops will read this letter and shoot each other. Now, isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've...
What you say?
Okay, so we went 2-2 for a very respectable 50% win rate. I have to be completely transparent. I switched over to the play queue. I was not having much luck in platinum on the ladder. I guess if you really want to play this ranked up at platinum or above, you should. I mean, it was working in my testing when I did on my phone, but of course, it always works when you're not recording. But I do recommend maybe adding some more rares, and I'll try to leave a link in the description to the version that plays the more rares. But let's just take a look at some of the cards here. I think Gingerbrute is a decent addition to the deck. I like having a lot of artifact creatures that you can sack to the Gleeful Demolition. It does still sometimes get stuck in your hand despite having Gingerbrutes and Goldhounds, which are not in the normal list. Normal list just has the Yoshin Frontliner. And, well, the Charming Scoundrel can make a treasure, which is another possible sack target. The Bunnycorns, you actually maybe could do this without Bunnycorns. It's really more about going wide. So if you wanted to trim rares, you could probably trim on Bunnycorns, but they're just so much fun to get a giant Bunnycorn. But the Evangelist and the Immodane's Recruiter was good. The Non-Crescendo was actually really good too. So maybe you can do without the Evangelist, but maybe try to go up on Charming Scoundrels. That's my only thing. Burning Sun's Fury wasn't super great for us. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe to see more content like this and watch more content like this. I have other historic art, or I have other budget standard decks that I'll try to link over on the side. So thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Manadad, reminding you Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.